Hi there and welcome to another Codasphere quick video catch-up. This week is about OBS Studio and setting up the basics so you can record yourself playing some games. So let's make a quick start now. Let's get rid of that. Now here's my desktop and we're going to need to open OBS Studio. So I'm going to do that. OBS, there he is. And let's run that. Not immediately the fastest program of all time, but there it is. Now, you may be asked some questions about the setup, and if asked about the setup and customization and configuration, the only thing you need to do is change it so that you're going to be recording and not streaming. Everything else you can leave as the default. And once you've got to the default, you'll end up with a screen that looks comparable with this. And as you can see, as I'm talking to you, my microphone here is picking up my voice, which is why I've got some flashing bars across here. I've also got some desktop audio, and to prove that works, if I just go down to the sound and make a noise with the computer, there you go, like that, you can see that responds to desktop audio, so that means it will already capture any sounds that my computer makes, and that's great too. So I don't need to do anything with the audio at this point. Now the first thing is, we are currently, if we started recording now, we're going to be recording a black screen. And that's not useful, so we need to decide what we're going to record. And to decide that, I'm going to go down to this sources box here. We need to add a source, or like where's this information coming from, what we're recording. So I'm going to record my screen. So I'm going to go into plus, and I'm going to pick a display capture. Now what display capture will do is literally capture your entire screen, including the taskbar at the bottom. There are other options, such as game capture and window capture, those ones there, but some of the games I'm finding OBS doesn't seem to recognise that the game I'm playing is a game, so game capture doesn't seem to work. Window capture is where you can specifically capture one window rather than the whole display, but for now, let's go display capture. So I'm going to go into there. It's going to say what do we want to call it, and you don't have to call it anything, but I'm going to call it my screen. So I like things to be plain English. And down here, I'm just going to make sure that it does say make source visible is ticked, which it already is, so that's fine. If I click OK, I get this weird tunnel vision thing because it's now capturing my screen, which has got the screen capture on it, if you follow. So I can do weird things like this, which is super cool. If this has come up like this, by the way, I don't actually need to do anything else with this box at all. I can just click OK. I have got a dual monitor running, so if I wanted to play the game on the other screen, I could change this box to go display 2, and that will bring up what I've got on the other screen. But for now, let's just use display 1, which is the screen we're looking at, and OK. And there you go, I've got my screen capture. Now, let's say that we want to be like all the classic YouTubers and appear in our videos of us playing games. So we're going to need to add another source. So let's go back to the plus button, and with this time, we're going to add our video capture device, which is your posh way of saying webcam. So I've got the webcam built into my laptop, so I'm going to use video capture device. What am I going to call it? We could call it video capture device or webcam. I'm going to call it me, like that. And again, the tick box is already in there, so that's fine. I'm going to click OK. And oh, who's that handsome fella who's appeared there? There you go. So my webcam is now working. I mean, if I'm happy with the way that looks, I don't have to do anything with any of these settings at all. So I'm just going to click OK. Now then, over a quarter of the screen there is me, and it's going to take away from the game I'm playing. So we can resize this window, and I can drag myself up here. Or once I've done that, I could even put myself across here if I wanted to, or down there. But let's go there. Let's go there. That's fine for what I intend to do there. And last but not least, you may notice that I'm not wearing any headphones and I don't have one of those microphones that's dangling down here. And the issue that I'm going to get now if I try and start recording is that the game I'm playing and the sound effects and the music, that's going to come out of the speakers of my laptop. And then the microphone that's picking up what I'm saying to you now, which is in the laptop, is going to be able to pick out the sound coming out the speakers, and then that's going to record that sound back into the laptop. So we're going to have a little bit of an issue there where this desktop audio area is going to be trying to record the sound effects correctly, and then the microphone is also going to be trying to record me talking, but it's also going to be trying to record the sound effects because it can hear that coming out the speakers. So without headphones, I would minimize the volume like this, all the way down to the bottom, like that, so that when you're playing your game without headphones, you won't be able to hear the sound effects, but neither will the microphone. So the last thing we need to do is click Start Recording, which is a button over there. Now that starts recording immediately, so you're going to want to have your game open, or at least the folder open and prepared, so that you can play your game straight away. So I'm going to go and find a game. So let's go there, and I've got GoldenEye and Perfect Dark, which are two vintage games on the N64. I've got an emulator here. Now it doesn't matter too much if I start recording with the game not loaded completely, because later on we're going to edit that out. But I want to have as much set up correctly as I can before I start recording. So I'm happy to give this a go now. So as soon as we're ready, I go down to this button here that says Start Recording, which I'm now doing. And this is now recording immediately. It's recording this conversation, and it's recording this OBS Studio screen repeatedly. So I'm going to edit all this out when it comes to making the real video. But then all I would do is go over here and play my game. I'm not going to sit here playing my game. I just want to show you what I'm getting at. So here comes Perfect Dark. And what you should notice, look, there you go, the desktop audio at the bottom there is flashing away because this game is making sound effects, but we can't hear them because I turned the mic down. So let's get through all of that. There we go. Well, we get the idea. I could go and play this game if I wanted to, but not a lot of point in sitting here playing a game while we should be learning some software. Right, so let's pretend I'd finished my game. I'm just going to close it without playing properly. Right, and now I've finished my video. So I'd come down to here and click Stop Recording. There you go. Now what people seem to think now is, now we've clicked Stop Recording, is that OBS Studio, this screen here, is now going to play back the video that you've just recorded. That's not what this does. This just records. We need to go and find the file that it's made of that video. So by default, unless you've changed it and know how OBS Studio works, that file will have ended up in videos. So I'm just going to go to my videos folder, and there's a file there. Let's have a look at that. If I double click it, let's open it in VLC, the ultimate player. And look, there's that bit at the beginning. So that's where I'm telling you that it was going to record the OBS screen. I've still got my volume down, so let's just see what it's picked up. The real video. But then all I would do is go over here and play my game. I'm not going to sit here playing my game. I just want to show you what I'm getting at. So here comes. So all I'm going to test now is to make sure that it picked up the sound effects of the game. Desktop audio at the bottom there is flashing away because this game is making sound effects, but we can't hear them because I turned the mic down. So let's go through all that. There we go. Well, we get the idea. I could go and play this game if I wanted to, but yeah, so that worked really well. So I can just close that down. Now later on, what I would do, of course, is edit out in this video all these bits at the end and shutting the game down, but we're going to come to that in different weeks. And in other weeks as well, we are going to come to how to green screen your background. So all this stuff going on behind me, like the dark coloured ceiling or attempted white, we can get rid of all of that as well. So that's all we did this week, and we recorded some videos and played some games. And give that a go and give us a shout if you need it.